Welcome back to the Daily Move. This is week 4, day 3. All you're going to need is a tennis ball or 2 tennis balls. And that's it. We're going to have some fun today. A lot has to do with hand-eye coordination as well as mobility. And it's okay. This is the first time that you've ever done anything like this. You are going to mess up, and it's okay to do that. Even have practiced this for many years now. I'm still not the best at it. So we're going to start here lying on our stomachs, and we're going to pull our knee up towards our side body here. We're only going to do this to a side. This is one of my favorite things for my back. So next we're going to hang out there, and we're going to push our bodies up and look over top of that knee. And we're going to do to a side here again. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lift up the heel up towards the ceiling. We're going to be working on hip internal rotation here. And switching sides, we're doing the same thing. So next we're going to lay on the side here. We're going to plant the foot down on the ground, and we're going to open up the knee. Here we're working hip external rotation. Next we're going to bend that bottom leg, and then we're going to scoot our butt forward. And then what we're doing is we're straightening out that bottom leg and then bending the knee, working that hip external rotation of the top leg. Okay, switching sides, we're going to do the same thing. Plant that foot down on the ground, open up that knee, hold for a few seconds before you bring that knee back in. Be mindful that your hip isn't rotating back with this. It's only the knee that's opening up. So now what you're going to do here is you're going to straighten out that bottom leg, bend that knee, open up, pushing that top leg's knee out to the side, feeling that glute a little bit more. Thinking nice tall chest here. So next up, we're gonna practice some rolling here. So in order for a roll to be successful, you really want to round your back. If you go flat, you're just gonna hit the ground. It's not gonna feel very good. So really round the spine to roll back. When you come up, go out into a butterfly position and lean forward. So now we're gonna hang out with the legs over top of our head in a plow position. And when we roll up, we're going to go into a straddle position here, reaching for both of our toes. Rounding back into that plow again. Some people may be flexible enough to actually have their feet touch the ground, whereas other people, it doesn't even look like their knees are close to their face, and that's okay. And same thing with a straddle. Some people can get their chest straight down more like a pancake, and then other people can barely even go down to their knees, and that's okay. Work with where you're at. It's important that you never force anything, otherwise the body won't let go of that tension. So next, when we get up here, we're actually going to go into a half kneeling stance. And you're just exploring with different ways on how to get up with the alternating leg. The more you lean forward, you're going to start opening up those ankles. And try different configurations with your legs further apart, closer together, reaching forward, reaching to the side. So next you're going to go into a deep squat and reach across your body. Just alternating sides here. Now we're going to go into a bridge pose where we lift up towards the ceiling and over top of our head. Remember to breathe here. It's so easy to hold your breath. So next you're going to lay on your stomach, have your hands out. We're going to do a scorpion here. So you're going to lift your leg up towards the ceiling and start twisting your spine over. Trying to reach for your opposite hand. So next we're going to be on our hands and knees, and I don't want you to pull back into child's pose. Your hips are actually going to stay stacked on top of your knees. And what you want to do is sink your chest down towards the floor, feeling a nice stretch into your shoulders here. Now we're going to alternate between that and going into a spinal extension here, letting those hips fall towards the ground. And then pushing back into that same position there, sinking between your arms. And on your own time, just switching back and forth between this and that spinal extension. You can do this slow or fast, just depending on what feels right today. It may change from day to day. So now we're going to just warm up the wrists here. So one of my favorites to do is single arm, placing the palm down on the ground, fingers towards you, and then bending your elbow and then slowly letting everything peel off, trying to keep just your fingertips down on the ground. Even though it's not the most enjoyable during, I find that this is the only way that actually releases my forearms. So next we're going to go into a lunging position here, hands behind our back. We're going to twist away from that bent knee in front, going into a nice spinal twist, and switching legs, doing the same thing. It's totally optional to lift up your hands away. You can keep them bent, or if you feel like you get a better stretch with them opened up, then great, go for it. So next we're going to do a crawling motion. And you can just crawl normally like so, or you can add in this little twist. So you can see the same arm that I'm supporting myself, the hip drops down towards the ground, and then you pick it back up. So go ahead and play with this motion. Again, you can just do regular crawling, or if you want to add this crawl with the twist, go right ahead. It's very small motions. It's not like we're traveling very fast with this, but it's a great way to teach the shoulder how to support yourself in different positions. And you can go forward or backwards with this motion. So next you're going to do a curtsy squat, and that same leg you're going to kick up to the side. So curtsy squat and then a side kick. Now you don't want to lean too much with your body. You want to be nice and tall here and really use those strong glute muscles to lift that leg upwards. We're going to do 6 on one side before repeating 6 on the opposite side. So next we have a hip flexor hamstring combo. So you're going to lunge into a hip flexor stretch and then stand on that leg into an airplane, feeling a stretch into the hamstring there. And you're just going to alternate back and forth 6 times before switching to the other side. Nice deep lunge, hands overhead, feeling a nice stretch into that front hip flexor there. Now you have a few different options for your hands. You can bring them out like a T. You can just have them dangle. You can bring them down by your hips. Once you've performed 6 reps, we're going to switch legs and repeat that again. So nice hip flexor stretch here, and then use that leg to stand on up, working on balance and getting a little stretch into those hamstrings. Once you've done your 6th rep, go grab your tennis ball. What we're going to be doing is we're in a plank position. We're going to bounce the ball and try to catch it with the opposite hand, just going back and forth. Now you can either count how many catches. I believe I did 20 catches here, or you can just set a timer. Up to you. So next what we're going to do here is we're going to bounce the ball on the floor, and you're going to try to tap it with the same foot. And now try it with your non-dominant hand and your non-dominant foot. Now you can try your dominant hand with your non-dominant foot, and then your non-dominant hand with your dominant leg. And you can try any kind of different variation that you want. Just have fun with this. See if you can do a double tap with your feet. So hit it with your right, then your left leg. See if you can catch it. Definitely an added challenge with the dog trying to steal your ball. So next we're going to go into a side plank here. Now this one's quite challenging, but what you're doing is you're holding a side plank, bending the knee, and then bouncing the ball to the ground and trying to catch it before it drifts away. Now we're not looking for perfection here, we're just trying to get this going, and you'll notice that that supporting arm of yours is going to be challenged quite a bit with this. So again, you can either go for time or reps. I like to catch the ball 10 times successfully before switching over to the other side. So next you're going to bounce the ball, and then you're going to do a side hop and then catch the ball on the way back. Try to do 10 on one side and then do 10 on the opposite side. You'll definitely notice one side's a lot easier to coordinate than the other. So next here you have a ball in front of you, and then you're just trying to switch hands. And again, it's okay to fail. So next, this is an added challenge. I've got a ball on either hand, and I'm seeing if I can sit all the way down on my butt and get back up without losing the tennis balls on my hands. So this is teaching you how to move your lower body, but yet be in complete control of your upper half. Being very aware of how your hands have to be super steady so that those tennis balls don't roll off. Be mindful of how you get down the first time, and then try to switch the legs that lead or initiate how you get down and up. So for this next tennis ball drill, you're going to bounce one down and then switch your hands with the ball. And then you're going to randomly switch directions. Now you can either switch when I switch, so go ahead and switch again. Or you can switch on your own accord, just changing it up and seeing if your brain can function with those quick transitions. So there, I switched again. And switched again. Switched again. Switched again. Switched again. So again, making your own pattern up if you choose to, or have somebody else telling you to change directions. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's daily move. There was a lot more hand-eye coordination in today's mobility work, which is so important. The faster our reaction time is, if we do lose our balance, we'll be able to correct that a lot faster, and this will also help us understand where our hands and our legs are in space. If you like this, please make sure to like, subscribe, and then share with a friend who'd also like to enjoy this. All right, take care, guys.